Hello, welcome back to the EQ Markets Global YouTube channel. This is 𝗟𝗏𝗘 and market analyst for EQ Markets Global, and you're highly welcome to the weekly market outlook. You know how we do it every single time on Monday. Okay, so just a quick one before we go ahead. Last week we had most of our trades. I would say they were bad trades. Okay, many of them hit stop loss. Some of them are still running, but in loss, but yet to hit the stop loss. All right. So I just want to say that it's part of trading sometimes. Okay, it's not every single time you're going to have a successful trade. Okay, you know, we've enjoyed massive profits for months and months, couple of months without streak of losses. So I just want to use this moment to encourage every one of us that took last week's trade on the weekly market outlook. I think only one of them got to 50% take profit, 50% of the initial take profit that we set. Okay, I just want to encourage us. Okay, many more beautiful trades are yet to come. Okay, so let's delve into the market and see what this week holds for us. For this week, on Monday, we are void of all high impact expected news for Monday, August 14th. And on Tuesday, we'll be having some handful of news, especially from the Australian dollar. There will be monetary policy meeting for the Aussie, okay? And of course, industrial production for the Chinese yuan, okay? And Great Britain pound will be experiencing Klamout charge. Okay, Great Britain pound will be experiencing the Klamout charge, and France and Italy in Europe will be experiencing bank holiday all through Tuesday. Okay, they will be experiencing the Assumption Day. Okay, they will be observing a day off for their Assumption Day. And then, of course, we have some CPI data coming in for card, right? CPI data is coming in for card. And then manufacturing index and core retail sales as well coming in for the United States dollar, all right? And then, of course, we're expecting some interest rate hikes and review as well. Okay, let me look that. Yes, so there will also be an interest rate review for the Kiwi, that is the New Zealand dollar. Of course, by 3 a.m. Nigerian time, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand will be having a meeting to talk about the official cash rate and also to see how to review that. Some CPI data, 7 a.m. Nigerian time for the Great Britain pound, and then FOMC meeting minutes for 7 p.m. Nigerian time on Wednesday as well. Then on Thursday, we're expecting employment change and unemployment change for the Aussie, then unemployment claims as well for the United States dollar. So I think from Tuesday down to Thursday, we have high impact expected news that we will be expecting. Okay, so I would advise that we make proper analysis considering the high impact expected news that we're expecting. If my voice is not so loud, I'm sincerely so sorry. Okay, I'm not feeling too well. Okay, being under the weather for some days now. So let's quickly go over to look at the dollar index and let's see what's happening with the dollar index. All right, so last week, remember, I told you that the dollar index will sell off a bit and then will actually make its way back into the stop. I was actually looking at this area here as my point of interest, okay? So after breaking this trend line, I knew for certain that the dollar was going to come back to retest the same trend line before going all the way to the downside. So if I'm asked what I'm expecting for the dollar this week, is I'm expecting some form of consolidation, okay? Something like this before the dollar is going to sell, okay? So I'm expecting some form of consolidation, a little bullish push before the dollar is going to actually sell off, okay? So this is exactly what I will be expecting the dollar to do this week. A little push to the downside, make everyone feel like, oh, it's ready to sell now, and then consolidate, move to the upside, clear this liquidity here before it begins to sell. Okay, so the dollar this week we would most likely see more of ranging and of course bullish for this week. And then for the Japanese index, we can already see what's happening. Last week, I told you that the Japanese index, it was going to come back. If you watch the weekly market outlook, right, I made this analysis. I said it was going to fall back to this level, 772.2. And then from that level, we can most likely see a bullish push to the upside. And that's exactly what the Japanese index did for last week, right? It had a push to the downside, right? And then significantly, it's now consolidating on that zone. So let me clear out last week's analysis. Okay, so I've cleared out last week's analysis. And of course, let me still look at it on the weekly time frame. Just pardon me a moment. All right. So basically, what I can see here, if this particular zone continues to hold as a support area, then we're going to see a strengthening JPY. Remember what I said? I marked out this zone last week, right? I was really expecting that the prices was going to fall down to that zone. And of course, you can see for about 2 days, all right, falling to that zone for about 2 days, it consolidated. The day it reached that zone, which was on Thursday, on Friday, and then today is Monday, we can still see consolidation on that zone, right? So we might still see a little more consolidation, and then prices will begin to trigger off, okay? So consolidation, maybe clear liquidity, and then take it all the way up, right? So this is what exactly I'll be expecting on the Japanese index, right? So let's go over back to dollar. Let's see. On the dollar, consolidation, clear liquidity to the upside, and boom, it falls down to the downside. On the Japanese index, obeying that this particular area is our point of interest, we might see consolidation, clear liquidity, and boom, to the upside. All right, that simply means that now I'm going over to proper analysis now. Okay, so that simply means that we might most likely see a little more push again to the upside on USD JPY. But I'm not going to give you any signal yet on USD JPY, okay? I'm not going to give you any signal yet on USD JPY. Why I'm not going to give you a signal yet is because I'm still yet to understand the full dynamics of the market, okay? As you can see, both assets are going to be consolidating, and let me see what's going to happen. But of course, this particular area here is my point of interest. That is USD JPY still having a little bullish push into 146.990. Around that area is where I'll be looking out for opportunity for sell. Okay, you can see that, right? So this is my point of interest. Okay, this is my point of interest because this is the order block. So if I see prices drive right straight into this order block here, which I have used to mark out my point of interest, I'll be looking out for a sell opportunity, most likely around that zone. Okay, so this week we're still expecting a push to the upside on USD JPY. Okay, we're still expecting more push to the upside on USD JPY. Okay, to around 146.990. Okay, 146, at least to 146. Is it 146? I said. All right, so just take it to at least 147.375, okay? 147.375. Around that zone here, you will probably be looking out for opportunity to sell. 147.375, right? So that's the zone. I'll be looking out for opportunity to take a sell. 147.800, 147.800. All right, so if we have prices drive right straight into that level, okay, on that level there we will look for confirmation, of course, to take prices all the way down, okay? So this is what I will be expecting, okay, for this week. This is what I will be expecting for this week on USD JPY. So, but please find confirmation around that zone. This is only our point of interest where we're expecting prices to come. But then we will be looking out for what? The sell opportunity around that zone. So we'll scale down to the 4-hourly time frame. And on that zone, when it gets up to that zone, we'll be looking out for some price action patterns or candlestick patterns or we can even use the commodity channel index at that zone to find our entry, okay? Or we can even scale down to the 15 minutes time frame and then look for break of structure, clearing of liquidity, and then of course we can take on the trade. So that's my take on USD JPY. 147.800 is where I'm expecting USD JPY to come into this week. Then for the Great Britain pound and the yen, okay? For the Great Britain pound and the yen, I'm also expecting something similar. If you watch carefully, this was a nice trend line that created a bearish market structure. But failure to create lower lows, okay? Failure for prices to clear out the liquidity that was sitting down here. Look at when prices drove right straight. Well, we were expecting that price will come and then clear out this liquidity here, right? We're expecting that. But apparently it failed to clear out this liquidity. Right, but that does not mean I'm not still sell biased, okay, on GBP JPY. I am sell biased on GBP JPY, but I'll be looking at my point of interest somewhere around 194.359. 194.359. That's exactly where I'll be looking at my point of interest, okay? Now, this is it. So you can already see this week is still showing massive bullish capacity. So I'm expecting prices. I'm looking at this now on the weekly time, on the monthly time frame. I'm expecting prices to drive into that zone before coming back below. Okay. So please, GBP JPY, still look for buy opportunities. Okay. When it creates an opportunity to buy, I mean when it retraces, that will create an opportunity to buy. Then you're going to buy GBP JPY. Okay. So I'm just giving you the new point of interest on these assets. I know last week I gave them, but we hit stop loss last week. All right. So this week I'm going to give you just two assets, okay? Because I'm still waiting for the market to take shape, all right, and to take structure yet. So I'm going to give you only two assets, and the other assets that we probably will be trading, a video will be done for them and uploaded on the YouTube, or you will join in our Tuesday weekly live market session, okay? But for today, I'll be giving two. That's unusual, you know. I usually give like 5 or 7 assets that can fetch you money, but I'm going to give you only 2 because I want to be extremely careful, okay, what I give you this week. So the first I'm going to give you is Euro GBP, right? I'm going to give you Euro GBP, okay? I'm going to give you Euro GBP first. So what exactly on Euro GBP am I looking at? What exactly on Euro GBP am I looking at? Well, I'm still biased on Euro GBP, except otherwise, okay? I am still biased on Euro GBP, except otherwise. So this is where I'm expecting this bearish retracement to come into, right? I'm expecting that this bearish retracement will come and stop at this level here. So apparently, prices dropping into this zone before taking its bullish way back to the top. If this is what I would be expecting, I'll be looking for confirmation around this zone. So please look for confirmation as well around that zone. So what would I do? I simply place my buy and stuff there, and okay, so I have a nice 1:6.5. Okay, so I'm expecting to place a buy limit order. Perhaps we're looking at entry at around 0.85968, 0.85968, 0.85968, and then the stop loss would be somewhere at around 0.85853. Okay, 0.85. Okay, hold on. 0.85849. Okay, we can have our stop loss there. But of course, if you don't find confirmation at around this zone, please look for the next point of interest where we can find confirmation. And of course, the next point of interest, if this zone is invalidated, will be this level, okay? This level here, okay? So whether or not we see prices retrace from here, we can also see price fall down to this level here, and then we can take our buy trade around this level. But in overall, I'm biased on Euro GBP, all right? So that's for Euro GBP. And then as well, I am also looking at AUD-CAD. Okay, I'm also looking at AUD-CAD. So AUD-CAD has already started its bullish run, but I am expecting a little more push to the downside and then to pick me up and take me up on a bullish ride. Okay, so let me just show you the market structure that I can find here. Let me just show you the market structure that I can find here. So last week, we said that this particular zone here is our point of interest because this is the other block, right, that caused this imbalance here, this push to the upside. So we're expecting that price will come back into the zone and then we'll find opportunity to do what to buy. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we can see that price has come into that zone. Okay, price has come into that zone. So not minding the bullish movement that I'm seeing here, I'm expecting that this is going to close a little above. I'm expecting that this is going to close a little above this level here, right? And then, of course, fall down back to this level, pick me up, and go all the way to the top. I'm actually targeting this zone here. I'm actually targeting, okay, 1 minute. I'm actually targeting this zone here as my take profit level. And of course, below this point here as my stop loss, right? So in that case, right, I think you have to exercise a little more patience on AUD-CAD trade because we're expecting price to come. We're expecting price to come into this zone, pick us up, and go all the way to our take profit. Okay, so this is what I will be expecting to see happen on AUD-CAD. All right, so my entry should be around 0.87021, 0.87021, and then my stop loss is most likely around, around 0.86878, 0.86878. And then, of course, my take profit is going to be this top here, which is about 0.87807, right? If you look at this, this is a nice 1:5. The other one I gave you was 1:6 risk to reward, okay? This is 5.5 RR, okay? So I think this is a good risk to reward. So these are the two trades that I'm going to be giving you this week, all right? If I find more good trade setups, then I'm also going to be letting you know. But of course, if you're new to this YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe so that you can be informed every single time we put out amazing content like this one. And not only that, if you also like this video, please do well to give a thumbs up for the video, okay? Leave a thumbs up for the video. Leave your comments in the comment section as well. I will be super glad to take all those comments. All right. Thank you so much and see you next week, Monday, for another great time that we will be spending together. And I wish you a profitable week, okay? I wish you a profitable week. Bye for now.